Hey everybody, Brent back with another edition of Near Mint Musings. I believe it was the philosopher Rick James who once said, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I was reminiscing with a buddy of mine the other day, and we're both about the same age, 49, 50 years old, and 1985 came up. I was 13 going into the summer of 1985. And that is the year that really, if I was to pick one year that really sticks out as far as the hobby goes, 1985 was the year that I just fully embraced baseball cards. I spent the summer with my grandparents down in Idaho, and my whole summer was just built around building 1985 baseball card sets, going to the local 7-Eleven, buying a Slurpee, playing some video games, hoping that they had some fresh packs of Topps, Fleer, or Donruss, watching Cubs games on the Superstation. Actually, Superstation was the Braves. We watched the Braves on the Superstation, and we watched the Cubs on WGN with my grandpa. That was in Idaho. That was the two cable channels they had that had baseball, so we watched them. It was a beautiful, beautiful summer, but as I was reflecting on my own after that conversation, there was one player that really stuck out for me as far as like that was the one that I just really wanted to collect, and that was Dwight Gooden. And I remember getting his 1985 Topps card and in a pack, and just, I was over the moon. I just stared at it, and I put it in a binder, took it out of a binder, put it up, next to other Mets cards and other cards. I just looked at it incessantly. I remember that. But I went back to my collection just this morning and found two Dwight Gooden cards that perfectly encapsulate 1985 for me. Cards that I didn't have at the time, but were fully entrenched in my adoration of this young phenom. The first card I'm going to show you is his 1985 Donruss, but not just any 1985 Donruss. This is the box bottom. And many of you know how card companies worked back then in the mid to late 80s, that they had panels of cards on the bottom of the retail boxes. And everybody's going to have their different story of like how they were able to get them. Did you know the store owner? And, it's like, hey, can you put my phone number on here and call me when this box is empty and I'll come pick it up? To, hey, I'm just going to take all the packs out of it and say this is the last one. There were unwritten rules a lot of times. If you got the last pack, you were the one that got the box. And sometimes that meant you bought more than one pack, or you bought many packs, many that you weren't wanting to buy, but you really wanted the box bottom. And I love this Dwight Gooden because it's a different image. Obviously, the front and the back are going to be more of a different cardboard stock because they were on the box. But this was a card that I never was able to get when I was a kid. And I have one now. As many of us, we live vicariously through our youth and pick up cards that either we couldn't afford or weren't able to get. But now we get them and we relive those magical days. So this is the first card that really encapsulates 1985 and Dwight Gooden for me. The second one is just a beautiful image, and it is a poster that I had on my wall in 1985. It might even been 1986. I can't remember. I think I had the Don Mattingly Sports Illustrated poster on my wall, along with some local Seattle players like Steve Largent and a couple of random Mariners posters. I had this, and this is such a cool image, and I'll try to get it without the glare. This is his 1985 Nike promo, and got the Dr. K right there. This is just an iconic image, and just really the height of sports and retail coming together. Nike was blowing up because of, Michael Jordan. And this was just a great, great image that I never was able to get as a card back in the day, but I had this poster. Promotional use only, not for resale. This was things that you could get by getting shoes. Has the stats back there. So, I mean, some might consider this a rookie card as his rookie year, right? So we'll give that. But anyways, I wanted to show these two cards and just to kind of talk about the year that really sticks out to me personally as the year that really elevated my hobby game. I mean, I've been collecting cards since I think 78 was the first year I started collecting some cards, but it wasn't really until 1985 that I really started treating it as a hobby with the binders and trying to collect the sets and just, you know, really going after certain players, starting player collect. That was the year for me. What year was your year? Is there a year that was you could define as your year? That you really just kind of embrace the hobby as more than just kind of a passing fad or just kind of that almost thing that you just had to do as a little kid, right? It's like you had to get baseball cards. But what was the year that really stuck out to you as the year that you started embracing the hobby as a hobby? For me, 1985, and this was the guy, Dwight Gooden. All right. I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.